Hi, I'm Brian, and I love Hallmark passport movies. Uh-oh, sorry, Brian. Wait, where's your mic?
It's right there in front of us.
Let me
There he
turn
is.
this thing on here so that I can say I'm Brian.
Yeah.
I like Hallmark passport movies.
I'm Dan, and I despise Hallmark passport movies, and this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast. We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Well, hello,
Oh,
everybody.
boy.
It's great to be here
New
today.
week, new us,
Yeah,
Brand.
New us.
Brand new week.
New Aaron? What?
Oh,
Aaron is still not here.
Away. Unbelievable.
We've not seen her in weeks.
Did she take the passport thing seriously? Is she
Yeah, I
taking it
guess so.
seriously?
She must
Yeah.
be.
We
Stamping
gave
our
her vacation, and she didn't take any the first year and a half, and I think she just decided, I'm taking it all at once.
That's
Which,
fair.
what are we? I mean, for this movie, I guess we can't really argue.
Yeah,
after
I
seeing
mean,
this
yeah.
movie.
Come on.
along these lines.
Yeah, I mean, as long as she's back before Bethany Joy Lenz came back to the States.
Right. She does
Yeah,
like three,
yeah,
four.
She was gone
Well,
for
4
months.
half a
for
year.
months.
But
I think
isn't
it'll be
she
fine.
staying now? Isn't
think-
Joy staying now?
That's
She
how
is.
it ended.
Yeah.
So.
Well, spoiler
spoiler.
alert. Gosh.
Well, we just watched it. You're going to go over the whole synopsis.
Yeah, but I did people
Hadn't
know
yet.
at that point.
How was your
to turn-
weekend, Bran?
My weekend was really, really good.
Good.
Man. Really good.
Yeah?
I'm just getting really excited about Bramblefest, to be honest with you. To
It's
be
pretty
perfectly
close.
frank.
Thank you.
To be perfectly frank
Thank
with
you
you.
for
Call me
that.
Frank from now on.
Yeah, absolutely. Frank.
I don't know. I'm realizing that it's real and that it's happening and that it's close.
Can I
I'm
tell
just
you
excited.
when I realize it's real, and this may be the same for you, is when I ordered the shirts.
Yeah. Yeah.
When
I finally ordered the shirts for Bramblefest.
I saw you guys talking about ordering the
and
shirts, and I
that's-
realized
that's
hey,
when I knew
it's
we're doing
coming,
this thing.
yeah.
Well, because you need to order them close enough to where the number's not wrong, but also far enough to where they
the
get
number's
made.
going to be
They get
wrong.
made.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. It's
Oh, they'll be
made, of
wrong
course.
for
Yeah,
sure.
They'll be wrong.
100%.
Did I triple check them? Yeah, they're going to be wrong.
Doesn't matter.
They're going to be wrong.
I'm really excited. DeckTheHallmark.com/fest.
Can't buy a shirt anymore, though.
You can't buy a shirt. Don't do that. But you can
Unless
still
you want to
join
screw
us.
up the numbers even more.
You can still join us, even if it's virtually. You can join us. So really excited
Some fun
about
guests,
that.
really excited about.
Brian, how was your weekend?
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
What'd you do this weekend?
What I did a little relaxation. We're in
relaxation.
swim season here
Yeah.
in Greenville, so the week is full
Ryan's
of swim.
rich enough to where his kids are on a swim team.
Okay, you have to be if you're in a
You-
neighborhood.
Yeah, you got to be
There's
rich.
no
You're
choice.
right.
I
There's
did
no-
not
you have no
know
choice.
anything about swim team until I
It's
moved
the
to
word,
Greenville.
best worst. It is great that
There's
so
so
many
many
kids
good
love it
things.
in
Yeah.
Greenville, but also,
It's tough.
oh,
It makes for a
man.
rough week.
Yeah,
Rival neighborhoods
Yeah,
big
competing
commitment.
against each other.
Yeah.
Man, it's like a Slim Shady album when you're at the lanes.
Wow.
interesting.
Just yeah. So yeah, it's a weekends are now full on for recovery because all week is swim practice and meet and
So no
You'd think
meets on the weekend.
You'd think the
Nothing.
kids' swim stuff would be like on a Saturday,
you
would
would
think so.
but no,
No,
they give you
Monday,
the weekends
Tuesday,
off.
Wednesday, Thursday. Not Fridays. Actually,
Monday through
Friday,
Thursday.
yes, yeah.
Holy moly!
So
just not
the
even have a
weekend-
summer.
The weekend we just relax.
Do you get looked at, frowned upon if you guys if you just took a week off, went to the beach or something?
No, they're open to that.
Okay,
People
okay.
kind of there's a
Yeah,
little
it's a
leeway.
swim team. You got
Yeah, I mean everybody needs a little time to regroup.
Also,
Yeah,
let's
you're not
just-
like planning a heist or something.
Right. Yeah,
You need full attention.
Yeah, you can't take a
cooperation.
We
week
know
off
that.
to plan a
We
heist.
know that.
That's how we
love
know
that.
Aaron's not
That's why
playing.
we're
a
so
heist.
That's
With
right.
us.
We wouldn't play
with us.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang,
Yes.
that's crazy.
Competing heist, maybe.
Competing heist. Rick, I'd love to hear from you. I know Boss Baby Fest is coming up next month as well.
Yeah, it is. You're right, Brad. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Hey, Big Three, how's it going?
Good to see you, buddy. What
He goes by Frank. now.
what is what's
Perfectly Frank, apparently. The other Frank's not so perfect.
Thank
but,
you.
yeah,
What's the
perfectly
kind
Frank.
of how is Boss Baby Fest continuing to evolve and change and grow year after year? I don't think there's been a new Boss Baby movie. I think the show's done.
There was a Christmas special. We did
Celebrate
add
that.
conjoining rooms, a room for the Boss Babies, a room to watch the Boss Babies.
You still at Red Roof?
We are Red Roof, and we have negotiated, and I don't want to say this too loud, the swimming pool.
Whoa.
I know.
Wow. Wow.
Now
They
you
have
just throw the
promised-
kid. You
It's a
throw the
big
kids
get.
in there
They have
willy nilly.
promised to get a skimmer out and skim the leaves off the surface of the swimming pool.
Big get.
Okay, that's great.
So we can't promise that the pool is safe, but we've got it.
Boss babies though using floaties, I would assume.
Oh yeah, they're like tuxedo-shaped floaties.
You got a
floaties?
lifeguard
Yeah.
out there, or is it every man for himself?
No, there's no lifeguard. We didn't have the money for that. We just figured, you're good. This is when you hear your family.
How many people
right?
are coming this year?
Well, we currently have sold about 60 tickets. Now, that's a lot of tickets for 2 rooms at a pool, believe you me. So I'm a little concerned, space-wise, that we're going to have enough room for all the boss babies. Because, we get a bunch of alpha dogs in one room, how it just doesn't go well. Well, a lot of these, but alpha dogs, you know that, Brea?
He probably doesn't know
Okay, like
about
there's
that.
a pack of dogs and one of them
No, I know. I
head
just
honcho.
I don't
big
know
chief.
why it's funny to me that you're comparing fans of Boss Baby.
No, I'm comparing babies themselves to alpha
Okay.
dogs. A lot of boss babies are alpha dogs of the babies. So you get all those. Is this funny to you? Is this funny?
No, it's not.
Is it funny?
It's serious.
You're laughing.
I'm not laughing.
You wouldn't be laughing if you saw 6 alpha babies in a room together.
Well, that's actually
You'd
part
be
of the.
hiding for your gosh darn life.
That's
Is what
actually
you'd be doing.
That's part of the reason why I've told you not to continue to do this.
That's a
I can
success.
imagine that it's
You
not
guys
good.
keep playing in Bramble Fest the
Yeah.
same weekend as Boss Baby Fest every year.
That's not
Cramping
true.
my
We
style.
changed it last year, and you
July
changed
18th,
with us.
19th, 20th, 21st. I don't know what you want from me.
Last
We have a
year.
4-day fest.
Last year we changed it to July, so not to compete
we
with
had
you.
also changed it to July.
I know.
because of the
After
summer
we
moon.
did. After we did.
I don't think so.
Yes.
Check that. I checked the receipts on that.
I'm
You don't even know about alpha babies.
I'm
I don't even
literally-
know what you should stop
Rick,
talking.
I'm editing best of right now.
Yeah.
And last year
Yeah.
we argued with you
I was
about
on
changing
sabbatical
Boss
last year.
Baby.
You can't hold that against me. You have 6 Miami Vices.
Sab
You never know
Sab.
what's going to
We're
happen.
on Sab Sab. It's where Aaron's on Sab Sab.
Yeah,
Aaron's on
that's what it
sabbatical.
is.
That's
Looking
right.
for 10-10.
Yeah.
10-10's coming. Usually 10-10 comes first, but
Then Sab Sab.
Savoring Paris is what we're talking about today, the second of the Passport movies. It originally aired on June 8th, 2024, and it went a little something like this. Let's meet Ella. Everyone say, hey, Ella.
Hey, Ella.
Come
Hi,
on.
Ella.
Thank you. Say it together.
Hey, Ella.
Thank you. Ella is at work, and she...
Ella.
Hey, hey, hey.
You asked us to say Ella twice.
I didn't ask you to do that.
Yeah.
That's
You don't
Ella.
know what
Ella.
alpha babies are.
She's at work. She did not get the promotion that she was hoping for. She's getting all these texts from her colleagues telling her that's BS that you didn't get that. They ain't that promotion. She works at a food company. They make food for like they're in a
People.
boardroom and they're like making food for
People. Restaurants.
Consumption.
people coming up with ideas.
Grocery stores.
Like a real think tank.
Sure.
Food think tank. So all she really wants is cheese. She wants good cheese. She can't get that where she's at. So she decides she's going to take a vacation to Paris, leaves in the middle of a meeting. That's how you know that your job's not in jeopardy. You can just do whatever you want to, like leaving in the middle of a meeting. So she goes straight to a cheese shop in Paris, meets a grumpy store owner. Classic. His name's Serge. She gets her special cheese. She goes on her way. She goes to sit by the water, eat her cheese, and in the process of doing that, she meets a hunk.
Yeah.
Who has
Hunk
it?
of cheese.
She goes to check out a sublet situation and meets who is going to be her new friend, Claudette.
No.
What do you think? Clotilda. The way they spell it on the website is Clotilde.
Yep. Keep trying.
Clotilde?
Clotilde.
Clotilde? Love that. She heads back.
Clotilda, a sequel to Matilda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you thought Matilda was messed up.
Oh.
She heads out to get some more cheese, and he's like, hold up. So you're just going to keep coming back here and get more cheese day after day? And she's like, yeah. Yes, that is my plan. So he decides this is the moment to give her the special cheese. It's his favorite cheese. And he's like, if there's ever been a cheese that's going to change your life, this is going to be the cheese. And I know those of you that are listening to this that have not watched this movie, Brandon, you're talking so much about cheese. You're definitely overselling how much cheese is in this movie. And I would say I'm not doing it justice. There's a lot of cheese in this movie. A lot of cheese talk in this movie. So she's having an amazing time. And after talking to, here it is again, Clotilde? I'm going to call her Cece.
Yeah.
After talking to Cece, she decides, I'm moving to Paris. This is my moment. I want to do that. But can she do that? Not really. She's got, green card, Visa, whatever. She's got to figure out.
Amex.
She's got it all.
If she's lucky.
Don't leave her without it.
They celebrate by throwing a party, and guess who shows up? It's the dude from the water. His name is Gaston. And he's Cece's cousin. Call him CCC. Cece's cousin. It's not really. It's Gaston. They talk, and even though he's a bit younger than her, she is not sure if she should agree to go to dinner, but decides, you know what? Why not? Why not take a crazy chance? Why not do a crazy dance? She bumps into Cheese Guy, though, again. His name's Serge, yes. And when they get to his store, she finds out that he is hiring. So she's like, could I maybe work here? Internship, obviously all on the up and up.
Yes.
And he reluctantly gives her a shot. It's time for her date with Gaston, and everyone loves him. He's a food critic. And she's not upset that she's with him either, really enjoying the time. He kisses her on the cheek and the hand. They go on their way. She is loving life in Paris. She's working with cheese. She's going out with Gaston. She's made great friends. What's not to love? But when Serge finds out that she's dating Gaston, he's not thrilled. Calls him a cad.
Oh, he didn't.
Called him a cad. Can you believe that? Call a cab for the cad. Am I right, everybody?
Yeah, you're right.
Well, she has a date with this cad, and they kiss with fireworks going off by the Eiffel Tower. And he says in French what she understands as I love you a lot. So she's taking that in.
Yeah.
She's taking that in. It's pretty big. Serge isn't going to back down, though. He takes her to his place to make some cheese. That's not an innuendo. And then they go to look at a new spot.
We're not kidding about the cheese.
And they go to a new spot that they are kind of talking about. Wouldn't it be amazing? She's like, if I could do anything, I'd make this place into a wine and cheese shop, and we'd do classes and we'd do all this stuff. And he's like, well, why not? Let's do it. Business partners, best that we can be in this situation. Her mom comes over, though, and basically is going to try to convince her to come home. You don't want to leave everything behind. And she's like, I have nothing at home for me. Mom doesn't take that well. She leaves. She wants to break up with Gaston, but feels bad because she thinks that he loves her a lot.
That's right.
So when she's over at Serge's house, they almost kiss, but she pushes back and she says, I haven't broken up with Gaston yet. And he's like, all of this is messy. I don't like mess. Just, you better get out of here. Better, faster, stronger.
Yeah.
Daft Punk.
Make it.
So she finally breaks up with Gaston after seeing him with another girl and realizes that he didn't say, I love you a lot. He said, I like you a lot. So tuck that away for later.
Lost in translation.
That's right.
Yeah.
She decides, I should just leave. I should leave. Things are up in flames. But before she leaves, Cece says, hey, something came for you. It's a little circular pack.
Something came in the post for you.
Something came in the post. It's a little circle. And he opens it up, and it is the cheese that they made together, the special cheese they made together. So she runs, and she tells Serge that she wants to stay, thinks that maybe they should make cheddar together, but because cheddar takes a year, 5 years to age. Better, faster, stronger, Daft Punk. They kiss, and we get a little flash forward montage showing her and him together, opening up stuff, doing cheddar. Again, not an innuendo. And that, my friends, was Savoring Paris.
We did it.
We did
Doing
do it.
cheddar is an
Doing
innuendo.
cheddar. Yeah.
There's no way around it.
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to break this movie down with 4 segments here on
Deck the Hallmark.
We're crushing it today.
Really good.
Riding a bike.
Not one of those electric ones.
No, We're actually pedaling it.
Yeah, don't even get mad. You don't have the bike anymore.
Yeah, because I was getting mocked on a regular basis.
Too many pedals.
You got
too much pedals.
If you were getting
had
mocked,
an electric bike.
Yeah.
And the reason that you stopped riding it is because your coworkers were giving you a hard time about it.
yeah, and I didn't ride it as much at the summertime.
There it
But
is.
mainly,
Yeah.
mainly I was mocked, ridiculed even. Let's talk Savoring Paris. Wee to both of you, by the way.
Wee.
Let's get to the hot takes where we share exactly how we felt about this movie. We do not hold back. Brian, scale of 1 to 10,
Yeah.
cheeses. Where are you putting this movie, pal?
I am.
Caught him off guard there.
Boy, yeah, because I got to go super high on this one. Spoiler alert, really liked it.
I think the cheese would give it away if you just tell us.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I could just solve all those problems. I guess I gotta just give it a 10 cheeser. A 10 cheeser on this
Cheese
one.
couldn't come up with one type of cheese.
Oh, I'm
not
supposed to name a
one
cheese?
type
No,
of cheese.
no, it's just 1 to 10
number of
cheeses.
Oh, I
cheeses.
thought you said on a scale of 1 to 10 using cheeses.
Yeah.
I'd give it a pepper jack. I love pepper
Whoa,
jack.
wow.
Pepper jack.
I love
Wow.
pepper jack.
All
My
right,
go-to
bougie.
cheese.
Can't hide money.
The swim team and pepper jack.
No kidding.
Daddy Warbucks.
Dude, I saw Swim Team and Pepper Jack live.
Dude, oh my
So
gosh.
good.
So
Very
good.
exclusive.
Tickets,
Yeah.
Do
astronomical.
they have the tuba?
Yeah.
They had the tuba.
Oh my
gotta
goodness.
have
Four.
The fact that that guy does
Four.
that. Four with no pants on. It's unbelievable.
He starts with them.
Yeah.
Gets out of hand.
Once you start
Yeah. Yeah, that's
doing
you
the
know.
tuba, man.
You know.
Yes.
That's why I didn't
know.
think they could do 4 tubas anymore.
Oh, they can.
Swim team and pepper jack, they allowed it.
Incredible.
Must
Yeah.
not have been in South Carolina.
Take your basket with you. You'd make a nice spread. Yeah, this was a good one. Joao Bakken joint.
Yep.
Obviously.
Yep.
Check that box. BJL.
Boston.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Something like that.
Yeah. Thanks, Frank. BJL can do no wrong. A game changer, a lighthouse, an anchor, whatever you need to call her. It's not, we keep saying it. It's not fair.
It isn't fair.
It's not fair.
It's not
She's
fair.
so good in the movies that she does.
She's that city on the hill the good book talks about.
Thanks, Frank. So pretty much nailed it with this one. Couldn't, like, Erin literally texted us while I was watching this, and she was at Fenway Park eating a hot dog watching the Red Sox, and I was having more fun watching this on my couch.
Well, the Red Sox were getting pummeled.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. They could have been winning. Still, I would have picked sitting on my couch watching this movie.
And that's where I leave you, right there.
Had a really good time. And so, yeah, that's 10 pepper jacks for me.
Listen, this movie, on the surface, someone goes to Paris, eats a lot of cheese, falls in love.
Going to the Paris.
It's a tale as old as time. What can they do? How can they make this fun? And the answer to that is Bethany Joy Lenz. That's how they make this movie fun.
By man.
She is incredible.
Audrey.
She is incredible. And I think that when filmmakers look back at the history of film and they look at all the greats, they're going to realize that they made a huge mistake. And that huge mistake is not making Bethany Joy Lenz an A-list actor that's in these huge movies, because she belongs there.
Yeah.
She belongs on the big screen. She's so good. She shines in this movie. She carries it. She has chemistry with literally everybody she's on screen with,
Including Cheese.
Including
Yes.
Cheese.
Yes.
From the crepe guy to the flower person to her best friend Cece to Gaston to Serge to her mom, everybody that she has a conversation with, it's so good. It's so believable. And then I'm already in on this movie, and then it comes down to the end with the declaration of love. I'm staying. We're gonna do cheddar because it takes a year or 5 to age. And
As she's tearing up.
And in other actors' hands, maybe we would have rolled our eyes. Maybe it wouldn't have been any cheese to sniff at. But in the hands of Bethany Joy Lenz, you're like, yes. You had me at hello. This is amazing. It's cinema. It's wonderful. I think it might be my favorite of the year. I don't even really know if I have to say I think. It is. It's the best of the year. She crushes it. Amazing. Savoring Paris, savoring this movie, crushed it. Dano?
It's embarrassing that I like this movie, but I like this movie.
Dan like the movie. Dan like the movie.
Ring the
Dan
bell.
like the movie. Dan like the movie.
I think. Oh my god!
Dan like the movie.
Please stop.
Dan like the movie.
It's Bethany Joy Lenz is a Hallmark cheat code. Do you know how I know she's the best actor on the network? Male or female does not matter. It's because all the other actors have gone and done stuff in other countries. And if they're with someone who we don't know, the movie typically loses something. Bethany Joy Lenz shows up in Paris with capable actors. I'm not saying they're bad actors. We've not heard of anybody else in this movie. It doesn't matter. What they both these guys said, 100% accurate. She should. I said it while we were watching.
Oh, that's
the movie.
interesting. You guys heard what I said? Because it seemed like you guys were just talking
call
through what
it-
I
no,
said.
I can
It seemed a whole
multitask.
lot
Call a
like
lot
you
of it.
guys, and I'm just powering through because this is my turn.
Yeah.
But you guys are over here just
Because that
yucking it
never
up.
happens to
You
me.
yuck it
You
up.
never do that to
I
me.
wouldn't talk
Just
over
have
you.
the yucks.
Never,
I wouldn't
ever
do
a
that.
bit
Frank,
while
I wouldn't
trying
do
to
that.
talk.
I
know
wouldn't
what
do
you're
that.
getting at, Frank.
Jesus come in a can. They were put there by the man. I don't know how many times I got to say
I
it.
wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do that. Not to
I
you.
think
Jesus.
I think if,
Jesus
I
for
think
me.
if Brian had gotten the reference, I think he would have been in on it.
You
Yeah,
don't think
maybe.
You got that? You
No.
didn't get that?
He didn't
Oh,
get it.
man.
Yeah, I know it's tough. So
He
it's
owed-
just over there like a lump. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
But what both these guys are saying is 100% accurate. I said it while we were watching the movie. She should be in movies, like actual movies. She's unbelievable. She has a little bit of a Southern drawl in this movie. And Southern accents, as someone that has one, can 100% go either way. They can be really good and really adorable and charming, or really terrible. She's so charming. She has chemistry with both of these leads. The movie breaks new ground. She is interested in two different guys. She kisses the guy she doesn't end up with. On the surface, this movie is an absolute bottom of the barrel skip it. I am not trying to talk bad about any other actor on Hallmark. You put any other leading lady into this movie, it is not a like for me. And I am not going in going, well, BJL's in it, I'm going to like it. I've not liked some of her movies. She carries this movie, and it's unbelievable what she does with it, and just breathes new life into it.
What about with Booger Crumple?
What?
What about with Booger Crumple?
Well, Booger Crumple would be the exception because she
They can't get her,
has been like everything that she has done has been unbelievable.
Yeah, Boog's
And-
really-
and that's, but it's tough to get. You can't
do
just
no
sign.
wrong.
You can't just book the Boog. You know what I mean? Like you
They've
got.
tried.
They've tried. Yeah,
I've tried.
yeah. She's unbelievable. This is the best of
Booger's
the year.
great.
It's a down year for movies on Hallmark. This isn't definitely not like a top 10 all time favorite for me, but I would be lying to you if I said I did not like it. It's the first movie of the year that I would say I liked. It is easily the best of the year.
Ring the bell.
We got to get a better bell, but
Yeah, it's not a bell.
I mean,
It's just not. We have to get a bell.
Yeah, a
it's
bell.
not a bell. That's
got to
a
get
cup.
a better bell.
Okay.
A bigger bell.
A bigger bell.
Can we try to book the Boog?
It's time for all the feels. We're talking about what in this movie gave us all those
Probably has.
feels. Brian.
Yeah, Surge's aprons were top notch. The guy has the coolest looking aprons, so that's number one. That goes almost without saying. Cece, her
We'll
friend,
skip on by that one real quick.
cool aprons.
Cool, aprons.
Very cool apron. Made me want to open a fromagerie.
Fromage.
Fromagerie greater than apiary or about the same for you?
How many
guys?
fromageries for one apiary?
I'll give you. I think it's a 2 for 5 ratio.
2 for 5. 2 for 5. 40%.
40%.
2 out of 5. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Two fromageries for
For
five
every
apiaries.
5 apiaries.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so they're I'd
For
say that's
me,
about right.
yeah.
Quality wise, yeah.
It's a 1 for 2.5
The
situation.
Yeah, that's right. Cece, just her character.
We're saying the same thing.
She was like unusual, a very strong personality. Throughout this movie, a lot of strong personalities, but she almost stole the show
Yeah.
in the scenes, and that's kind of unusual for a friend, a side character.
That is true. You don't usually remember
Yeah.
the B characters, the best friends.
Yeah.
Like they're usually there and they're nice, but this
Yeah.
was could have been a
Yes.
lead.
All four leads.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3,
Stand
4 on
out.
the call sheet are
100%.
all really, really good. in this
100%.
movie. And I honestly don't know if that's because BJL has made them all better, or they all are just bringing their A game because she's there or because they're just that good. I don't know why, but all 4 leads in this movie are really, really solid.
Yeah, and so just the second she came on screen, Cece there, immediately drawn to her and really liked her. She was just standout.
Stand out. I got a couple. One, the French music in this movie was great.
It slaps.
It was great. We got this tune.
Yeah, we did.
La Rose et la Lo by Thierry Louraus.
Get that, Lee?
This is nice.
Yeah. The one they ended
We're gonna
on.
get like
I don't know.
Probably.
Oh my God.
That's real nice. The one at the very end,
Really
the
good.
music at the end there worked perfectly too.
All the music was great.
Yeah.
But also there was a thing in this movie that they did whenever she would leave the flat.
you got it.
She would
Action of just how impressed you were with yourself for saying the word.
Oui, Brad. Sorry,
Before
Frank.
she leaves the flat. you know. I don't want to get too crazy on you guys.
She would,
the flat.
She'd take a left, and there is someone working on this mural, and there was a couple of times where she would do it, and I was like, this guy has been working on this mural forever. And then the last time when she goes to leave and run, he's done with the mural, and they used this person working on this mural throughout the movie to kind of show this passage of time.
It's unbelievable.
And I really appreciated it. It was really cool, and it wasn't something that they drew a bunch of attention to. Like, they didn't end when she runs out and it's done. They didn't go, look at it, it's done. It's just like, it's done. And I really, I thought that was really cool. Dano?
So she meets Serge and Gaston. Gaston, she's clearly not going to end up with, but she goes on some dates with him, and then they wind up by the river under the Eiffel Tower as fireworks start to fill the sky. And we know she's not going to end up with Gaston. No, France. Remember?
The flats. I forgot.
In that moment, you're sitting there and you know that she's not going to end up with Gaston. Yet these are 2 adults, like in their 30s or 40s, and it's like, you're going to kiss here, right? Like, you're totally going to kiss here. Eiffel Tower, fireworks. And every Hallmark movie before this one, because she's not going to end up with this guy, would have said, no, they're not going to kiss. And they kiss in this movie. And it's exactly what should have happened. And I just couldn't believe they did it. That was when this movie started to really win me over.
What about that guy with his wolf eyes? He looked like a wolf.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Just looking
Like
at
an
him.
alpha.
He walks out of his flat every day with us.
I've heard about that.
I've heard of that.
Have you guys heard about Gaston?
Dude,
And no one
talks like Gaston.
no one walks
like
Gaston.
him either.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. No one's does or the things and the stuff like Gaston. No one
Drinks like Gaston.
drinks like
We don't know the
Let's
words.
take
If we did, it would be a better version.
try.
We would definitely get flagged for that. though. We can't use that.
Take the Hallmark.
All right, we're back.
Oh,
we're talking
yeah.
about Savoring Paris. It's time for the Wait What's, is where we talk about what in this movie. Just go, wait, what? Brian.
Yeah, Frank, I really don't have much here. Serge asked her on a picnic.
He's not just Frank. He's perfectly Frank. Yes,
PF.
that's right. Yeah, PF.
P. Frank.
That's right. P. Frank.
Serge asked her on a picnic, like out of nowhere, like just called her up and was happy to get out, which was so I feel like they skipped a couple of scenes here. Or maybe she invited him on a picnic.
No,
something.
he looks at her. They were done with something, and he goes, "Let's go get something to eat." And she goes, "Okay." That's what they do, and then it ends up being a picnic. Right?
I thought that he had called her or got in touch with her and said, "Let's have a picnic."
No, he didn't call on the telly.
Okay,
No, he looks
okay.
right at her and goes, "Let's go get something to
Okay,
eat."
it's just when I was watching it, all of a sudden he was grumpy Gus to, "Hey, now we're having a friendly
Still
picnic."
don't have anything. So what do you got next?
Anything else?
The miscommunication was a little silly. The language barrier there, where she thought he said he loved her a lot, but you need something,
Especially since all movie they're giving us subtitles. It seemed like it was a little bit gimmicky.
A little bit.
To
I will say the saving grace of that was that the subtitles weren't always perfect.
That's
and
true.
It was clear
You're
that
right.
they were the subtitles of her mind.
Yeah.
But
Like
for
her translation of
Yeah.
it.
For her to understand the amount of French she does, and
Yeah.
for her to miss that and then not double check it, I just thought.
But
that
there
was,
are a
Yeah.
few times where the subtitle is basically like
Something,
says
something. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
something complimentary. Like it's not.
Yes.
It's her translation.
Correct.
So that's the one saving
Yeah.
grace.
No. It wasn't the subtitles. It was the fact that was the miscommunication.
Sure.
That was the issue.
And we are a little closer to pop-up video in these movies, which I've been.
I
Pop-up video.
loved. I should have said that in the
Proponent for
fields.
this, so.
I loved how they did the subtitles in this movie.
It was very cool.
Loved it.
I like the. You know what else they did really well? That the notifications early on
Yeah.
of all the emails.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, this is super annoying, and I was like, they're probably doing that on purpose.
Yes,
Like they
it
want
is
you to
annoying.
feel
Correct.
annoyed by that, and then they stop it. Which
There's a
was
lot of
cool.
little touches in this movie that really
Yeah,
work.
very cool. So
Down
really
at the
not a
flats.
lot of down at the flat.
She when she first meets Serge, she's talking about cheese and her love of cheese, and he's basically like, "Oh, you only like cheese out of a can," and it's like, "Oh, you probably only like cheddar." And she talks about how she likes cheddar on buffalo wings.
That's the weird one, man.
Which I'd never heard of before, and I'm intrigued. But I never heard of it before.
I looked at the closest I could find, Brand, because you and I are in the same boat. I can't imagine cheddar cheese on buffalo wings. I found a cheddar jalapeno wing I've had at Wild Wings once, and it was not good. I just don't think cheddar. You think of blue cheese and ranch, cheddar with wings? Where is that happening? That's weird, right?
Yeah,
It's so weird.
Yeah, I guess that's a pretty good way. What?
Thank you. Speaking of
No aprons. You know what I mean?
Speaking of the miscommunication, that miscommunication happens at the Eiffel
Near the
Tower
flat?
with the
Oh,
fireworks.
yeah.
They're out, and he literally just gets done talking about how she's like, "Have you ever been in love?" And he's like, "I don't say that. Like I don't use the word love," which should have been the tell that he probably didn't say love. But what he does do is immediately after this conversation, fireworks starts, and he goes, "I love fireworks," which I love. I never, under any circumstance, do I love anything really.
Is that cotton candy? Boy,
I love that. That's people that I've had really long relationships with. No, but gunpowder with color. Mwah, yes, I love it. There is a moment. I feel like we've gotten to know Serge pretty well.
Yeah.
Throughout this movie, he's a grump, but he's lovable, and he's sweet. He's a lot like my grumpy Dan. And one thing I know about Grumpy Dan is he doesn't use emojis.
Ever.
But if he were to use an emoji, it would not be the one that's like that, where it's like. And that's the emoji he uses. He uses an emoji at one point to be like, "What? Should we go get something or do something?" And he's like, and it was so out of character for Serge. It's out of character for my Dan. But everybody in the comments, just do one of these numbers. And I think that'll be really good. Last but not least, there is a lot of locals that you see throughout this movie. The crepe guy, the flower person. And there's one person who's always back there. And you're like, okay, that's something I don't really... There's a person with a keyboard always in the background. And you're like, oh, great, this person's really grinding, really doing the thing. Even though we don't hear, we know that it's great. Then this keyboard player is also at the party with full keyboard, microphone. This is the hardest working busker I've ever seen. It is in the same place every single day without fail, showing up to parties, never plays, never sings, doesn't matter. This is the hardest working extra in the history of a Hallmark movie I've ever seen. They're in so many scenes, just in the background, doing the same thing over and over again.
Yep.
Never stops. So shout out to you, Extra. Dano?
We find out at the beginning of this movie that she did not get, Bethany Joy Lynn's character did not get a promotion that this dude did get, and he's giving a presentation. And he makes a point to go, we're using BJL's idea. What was the character's name? I don't remember. We're using her idea. Ella. We're using Ella's idea. Ella did an amazing job on this. Ella, great job. We're using your idea. You crushed it. And everybody's like, good job. And then she gets a bunch of text that's like, he stole your idea. How dare he? He may have done a lot of things, but he 100% did not steal your idea. Like she got credit for the idea.
He got the promotion.
Yes.
So he got the promotion based off of that idea. So he does give her the credit, but he gets
the promotion because of the idea for that dish.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is not
That's how there were a few texts that weaves that story.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I missed that.
One's
entirely.
like, I can't believe he got the promotion over you. I can't believe he did the thing. Like, that was your idea. So it's clear that, to me, they needed it. Like, there was a new promotion up. Whoever came up with this thing.
Yeah.
She came up with the thing. He got the promotion.
That's between the lines somewhere. They never said all that.
No, but I felt like that was pretty clear what they were putting together.
The person that got the promotion was in charge of the whole menu. And they added this thing to the menu, and it was hers, and they gave her credit for it. That's how I understood it. But, maybe I was wrong.
But no, it was one new dish, and it's her dish, but he got the promotion.
Yeah. I understand he got the promotion, but I never intimated that he got the promotion.
Why else would he have gotten the promotion?
Because he interviewed for it, and she did, and they gave it to him.
He's got a great mind for business, that guy.
They say keep a year's worth salary in your bank account, which good luck out there in this economy. I'm sure Brian's got it. I know we don't. The rest of us in life don't. But
I got you covered.
I think Ella's got a decade's worth of salary in her bank account. I mean, the
euro's strong.
The euro's strong.
Oh, you've heard that.
So you're just flinches at how much cheese costs. That doesn't stop her from staying in one of the most expensive cities in the world for 3 months, buying flowers every morning, eating great food, going shopping, getting a new wardrobe. It is like, I try not to ever ask how are we paying for this question, but how is she paying for this? Like, it's impressive. She's not even looking for a job. She's got herself a cheese internship.
Yeah.
She's got herself a free job where she didn't get paid to work on cheese.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That was a little stressful watching it, thinking about just the money just dwindling away with nothing coming in.
And I'm obviously fine with you can't take it with you, spend it, but also at some point you're going to run out of money.
Yeah.
Like, she barely mentioned, she's like, I'm going to go back with no prospects. Well, what have you been you had to have hemorrhaged, at very minimum 50, 100K over the last 3 months. Like, you're just but forget the fact that travel, just lodging and food and everything, that's crazy.
I mean, you're talking tens of thousands at that point. Yeah.
Easily.
Months like
with
that.
A full wardrobe in Paris.
Yeah. It's a lot.
And no money's coming in. Yeah. It's just all.
She might have great investments and get a lot of dividends. And
there you go.
She might be set up better than we know.
You know how Hallmark lets us know immediately that one of the two Frenchmen has no chance of being the love interest for BJL? His name is Gaston, a notoriously not the guy. Gaston is literally.
no one walks like him, though.
No one talks like him. No one thinks like him or drinks like him. And we know those four things. But that's how you know. And then this guy, Ella decides to cook Gaston an entire meal. He shows up. She goes in for a kiss. He backs away because she smells like cheese, looks at the table of the dinner that she has prepared, and he's like, ugh, fondue? Bro, are you the worst person in the world? Somebody just cooked you dinner and you walked in, backed away from a kiss and was like, this looks like it sucks.
Icky.
That's a move. That's a move, Gaston.
Such a cod.
Yeah, it's such a cod or a fish. Yeah, a cod, like a fish, for sure. In this movie, I believe it's Cece that says, life's too short to save things for special occasions. And I do get that you seize the day. Sure. But there's a reason that you do some things not every day. You know what I mean?
Birthday parties on your birthday.
Yes,
Christmas.
yes.
Yeah, sure. Some special occasion.
Celebrating and doing something special on a special occasion you're not doing that because life is long. You're doing it actually because life is short. That's why you're doing it. So if you did that every day, what would you do on the special occasion? Nothing.
If you highlight the whole page.
If you highlight a whole page, I don't know if you heard this. Brand's getting it too. If you highlight a whole page, nothing's highlighted.
Nothing.
And last but not least, Bethany Joy Lynn's charming Southern accent, pitch perfect. Her mom, Canadian. Full, no accent to be found. Can't get one, can't buy one, can't find one, can't use one. tough there. That's all I got.
It's time for What the Hallmark. So we wonder what could have been better because of good Gwen's stuff.
You go.
Brian, what are you still wondering about, buddy?
I'm wondering just like logistically daily, how are they managing these two businesses? You can't be in two places at once. You can't.
Well, they're next door to each other, right?
Yeah, they are. But I guess you probably closed the cheese shop earlier.
He was
just doing it himself. Yeah. But you get successful, you start spending less time together. Things. I'm just a little worried about the work-life balance. I don't know.
Coming in hot.
Yeah. So Cece at the end of this movie, she's trying to figure out what she's going to do with her life, and BJL's like, you should plan events. You're really good at it. And so she plans this event and for the opening of the cheese and wine shop, and it's amazing. And Serge even walks in and is like, "How are you doing this on this budget?" And she's like, but I don't know. Does she continue with it? Does she open the event planning thing? How's it going for her? Is she a miracle worker? Because there's a difference between throwing good parties and throwing events for other people. You can do things for yourself, but can she work for other people? I don't know. I think that she can. I believe in Cece, but I'd be open to a Cece movie.
Ooh. Cece movie
where she plans events.
Music factory.
Yeah.
She has a music factory.
She has a music factory.
I mean, it's weird that they decided to mention that her visa expired that day and it was just going to be a pain to move forward. And all I thought in my head was, I didn't need that. Like, you didn't need to tell me that at the end of this movie. Like, you covered your bases by saying, and it's going to be expensive and a mess. But I would have been fine with them just being like, I'm staying here, I'm getting a job, and so my visa's being renewed. And instead, it's like, my visa expired today. So somewhere in the next month or two, I'm going to be in a lot of long lines at an embassy and might get extra. Like, I just don't need all that in this movie. And I was just fascinated as to why they put it in there.
We did it, everybody. Congratulations. It is time for the Double Decker of the Week. It's where we dive deep into the life of one of the Double Deckers. You can do that at BrentWilliamsPlus.com with the Double Decker tier or higher. Sure. Dan, who do we have?
Bridget Cunningham.
Whoa.
Bridget Cunningham. Now, Brian, you were telling me you were really excited about this one.
Yeah, Bridge.
Yeah.
Call her Bridge.
You call her Bridge.
Personally, I think that's a bridge too far.
Nah,
no, I would never say that about Bridget. Well, you remember last week we had a little startup by Mr. Thompson.
Yeah.
What was that? Walk This Way.
Yeah, walk this way.
Yeah, it was a solar-powered
walk that goes next to you as you're walking.
As you're walking.
And they make you a stir fry.
Right.
Yeah.
Bridget, I hope this doesn't cause too many waves. Bridget has somewhat of a rival business, if you will. It's sort of a franchise model. It's a little different.
Okay.
It's called the Walking Club. And this is more the idea of you're walking, getting your exercise, you're walking, stir frying your what have yous and what's a do's.
So the solar powered intellectual property is attached to the walker?
This not solar powered per se.
Like, and I don't want to, I mean, obviously it's a real business, real people.
She's worked really hard on this.
It's almost like somebody had two walk puns and couldn't decide which one to go with.
It is, and these two entrepreneurs said, you know what I'm going to do with these puns.
What if it's a walking? And I don't. Again, this is hers. But
what if it's a
Bridget. What if it's just a walking club that just talks about Christopher Walken movies?
Ooh.
That would be a walk-in club.
I know. Yeah. I'm just saying.
It's a good idea too.
I mean, who do we have next week? Because listen up.
So it's a group and they walk.
Yeah, well, it's sort of like it's a franchise model. Bridget feels like this is the path to success, and so you basically somebody starts it up. You recruit a few people under you to walk with you. No, not a scheme. It is a shape of. There's somebody at the top.
Shape of a pyramid.
You form. It is like a flying V. Yes.
That's okay.
Dude, I heard that there's another competing company.
No, you didn't.
It teaches kids crafts.
Yeah.
As they're also cooking.
Yeah.
It's called Walk Paper Scissors.
Wow. That's awesome.
Bridget mentioned this to me. She was like, the paper, it gets messy.
Yeah.
So rock,
It's
paper,
tough.
scissors.
You got kids with scissors and a hot frying pan. Look, far be it for me. It's
I
not
would
my
say
job.
maybe
Corn
it
to run a little stronger.
Maybe it
than rock,
shouldn't be
paper,
for
scissors.
kids. Maybe it shouldn't be for kids. Maybe it should be for adults. Adults do crafts too. They like them
Rock,
sometimes.
paper, scissors.
But for some reason,
No,
This
the
is
blades
only
in the
for
hot
kids.
frying pan is strictly for kids.
say no more. That makes sense.
Yeah, so-
we did it, everybody. Congratulations. We'll be back with Brian here on Thursday for the murder
You look like
tip
you were.
line.
This was news to
This
you.
seems
Tip line.
Oh, the tip line
line.
mystery.
Tip line mystery.
Dial for murder. I will be here for that.
So that's gonna be a lot of fun.
I might
but
be here for something else? No,
I don't know. Check back.
You already were last
you
week.
already
You
were
remember
last
that?
week.
You were
It's been a
dismissed.
whirlwind,
Get out of
man.
here.
It's been a whirlwind.
Got out of hand.
We had to shut it
Man,
down.
your disc list was
Rock,
wild.
paper, scissors.
We will be back tomorrow with Jackson to talk about When Calls the Heart. A doozy, I must say.
Find out what brand's not into. What else?
All right. Until then, first wish you a Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.